Bane is one of the most fascinating villains in the Batman universe. With perhaps the exception of the Joker, Bane's personality and physical capabilities make for a really unique, complex character. So let's just jump right into our top 10 Bane Surprising Facts. And at number 10 is his origin. Bane spent his childhood in a prison in Santa Prrisca, due to the obligation to fulfill his father's life sentence. He spends most of his time reading and learning from the other prison inmates, although his one true friend is a teddy bear named Osito. Osito, which means little bear in Spanish, contains a knife in its back that Bane used to protect himself. His first murder was at the age of 8. He works his way up to the top of the social ladder in the prison, which is not lost on the prison staff, as they decide he would be the perfect candidate to test out a mysterious drug called Venom. While it almost kills him, it turns out to be incredibly effective, and the venom needs to be pumped directly into his brain every 12 hours. And the rest is history. Number 9. He's incredibly smart. One of Bane's abilities is that he's highly intelligent. He speaks multiple languages, which include Spanish, German, Russian, French, Farsi, and Mandarin. He also has an impeccable photographic memory. Bane is also an expert escapologist, although his abilities are surpassed by both Batman and Nightwing. And unlike some of the other absurdly smart villains in the Batman universe, Bane's intelligence doesn't come with the caveat of being obsessive, and he tends to be more on the pragmatic side, making him a threat beyond the supreme strength that the Venom provides him. Brains are always a plus. At number 8, we've got backbreaker. It's not only Batman's back that Bane iconically breaks. You know the one I'm talking about. Bane has also used his spine-snapping trick on other heroes too, specifically Captain America in DC vs. Marvel. Fortunately for Cap, it didn't work this time, due to Cap's shield returning itself to its owner and knocking Bane out in the process. Number 7. His strength. Speaking of breaking backs, did you know that Bane only had to apply 9 pounds of pressure in order to break the bones of Batman's back? Yep, terrifying. But what about the full capacity of his strength? Venom gives Bane the ability to lift approximately 4,000 pounds when he's at his maximum intake of the drug. Without Venom, he can lift around 1,500 pounds, which is the equivalent of 1.5 blue whale hearts. At number 6, Bane vs. Venom. I'm sure you guys have noticed the similarities between these characters. Merely coincidence, although it doesn't stop people from mixing them up. Yeah, it's an annoying common occurrence. While Bane's appearance has changed slightly over the years, and even modernized thanks to Christopher Nolan's film, Bane has always shared some familiar traits with Venom, the Marvel villain, and sometimes anti-hero. So here's an education for those of you who can't tell the difference physically. Bane is actually shorter than Venom, being 6'2" in height to the Marvel villain who's 6'8". He also is much smaller in size, being roughly 225 pounds compared to Venom's 350. Let's also not forget the fact that Bane literally consumes Venom, that is, the substance, not the character. Whereas the character Venom is a sentient alien with a liquid form. Despite all of this, there's still a lot of people who get the two mixed up. How embarrassing. Up next at number 5 is Jeep Swenson. Aside from Tom Hardy's notable portrayal of Bane in 2012, Bane has also been played by Robert Jeep Swenson, a pro wrestler who has appeared in a handful of other action films over the years, including Adam Sandler's Bulletproof. When he starred as Bane in Joel Schumacher's Batman and Robin, he weighed a hefty 400 pounds, and all the filmmakers had to do was paint his muscles as opposed to giving him a muscle bodysuit like many of the other actors had. Jeep died shortly after the film was released in 1997 due to heart failure. It was revealed after his death that he was a self-admitted anabolic steroid user. Also, here is a very awkward family photo of him with his wife and daughter. At number 4, we've got video game cameos. Bane appears in multiple Batman video games, including the Arkham series and LEGO Batman the video game. He's a playable character in the LEGO Batman game, primarily useful when needing to move large objects. And while he doesn't make an appearance in Arkham Knight due to being transferred to Santa Prrisca, you can actually find his suit on the Port Adams Island in an open crate that's stacked on top of other crates next to a crane. Inside this crate, there is a wooden box marked DC sitting atop another box marked Santa Prrisca. There's a little handle that you can use the back claw to grasp and open up the box. While you can't really do anything with the suit other than look at it, it does make for a really fun Easter egg. Up next is his Batman Beyond fate. If you never watched the 1999 animated series Batman Beyond, then Bane's appearance in this one may surprise you a little bit. Batman Beyond takes place in the future, and in the future there's a new drug called Slappers. Slappers is a derivative of Venom. The protagonist wearing the cowl, Terry, is investigating the source when Bruce Wayne guides him to a remote house outside of Gotham. Turns out it's a healthcare facility that contains Bane, who is practically a vegetable. The head orderly who works there managed to get the formula for Venom from Bane, and used it to create Slappers. Bane is eventually transferred to a more secure facility at the end of the episode where many of the other rogues from the Batman series reside. At number 2, we've got his mask. After The Dark Knight Rises came out in 2012, it left a lot of people wondering whether or not the mask that Tom Hardy wore in the film was just an interesting aesthetic choice or if it had an actual purpose. According to an interview with Rolling Stone, Chris Nolan stated that the mask is actually pumping anesthetic into Bane's body due to the crippling pain from a trauma he suffered long ago, which one can only imagine is due to his time in prison mixed with the intensity of the Venom. The mask in the film was designed by Academy Award-winning costume designer Lindy Hemming, who was also responsible for the iconic coat that Harley wears in the film. It took her a year to perfect the design. And last up in our list is brotherly love. Back in 2002 in a comic, there was the possibility that Batman and Bane were brothers. After a discussion with the priest at Santa Prrisca prison, Bane finds out that his father is actually an American doctor. He investigates further, learning that Dr. Thomas Wayne had developed a close relationship with his mother during his time at the prison. When Bane tells Batman, the two develop a brotherly bond, working together to fight crime while they wait for the results of the DNA test to come in. When the results do come in, it's revealed not to be true. But the experience did bring the two closer together, with Bane actually saving Batman from being shot down by King Snake, mortally wounding himself in the process. So there you guys have it, our top 10 surprising facts about Bane. Hope you guys enjoyed the list, and if there's stuff that we've missed, feel free to comment down below. In the meantime, hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, and turn on that bell notification so you never miss another nerdy list. I've been Kelly Pally with Top 10 Nerd, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.